Picture India in the 8th century, a vast chessboard of ambition and power. Kingdoms clashed, each king hungry for dominance and wealth. The Himalayas guarded the north, while the Gangetic plains, especially Kannauj, were the ultimate prize. Whoever held Kannauj held the keys to prosperity and authority. The land was a patchwork of dynasties. The palace in the east with their elephant armies and Buddhist patronage, the Rashtrakutas in the south with their military might, and smaller clans in the west. Into this world of rivalry, Vatsaraja was born. Trade routes crisscrossed the land, bringing riches and making control of them a matter of survival. Kings needed more than armies, they needed sharp minds. Amidst this chaos, the Gurjara-Pratihara dynasty emerged from Avanti, known for their warrior spirit and defense against invaders. They dreamed not just of survival, but of empire. Their eyes were set on Kannauj, the symbol of ultimate power. To achieve this, they needed a visionary leader. That leader was Vatsaraja. He would step onto this grand chessboard, ready to outmaneuver every rival. The stage was set for a new power to rise. The game was about to change. In this world, only the most cunning would survive. Vatsaraja was about to prove he was more than just a player. He was a master. The battle for India's heart had begun. The pieces were in place. The first move was his. Vatsaraja grew up surrounded by warriors and intrigue. As a Gurjara-Pratihara prince, he learned strategy from childhood, watching his father and uncle rule. His education was rigorous: swordplay, horsemanship, and the wisdom of ancient texts like the Arthashastra. He understood that battles were won with brains as much as brawn. Court life taught him politics, reading people, forging alliances, and spotting hidden threats. He saw how words could prevent wars or spark them. By his youth, Vatsaraja was already a force, quiet, confident, and visionary. He dreamed beyond Avanti, envisioning a unified empire under his family's banner. His mind was sharp, his ambitions clear. He was not content with a small kingdom. He wanted to change the map of India. Every lesson, every challenge prepared him for the storm ahead. Vatsaraja was ready to lead. The destiny of his dynasty rested on his shoulders. He would not let it slip. His mission was set. In 775 CE, Vatsaraja became king, surrounded by rivals on all sides. His first move wasn't conquest, it was consolidation. He forged alliances with neighboring clans, turning potential enemies into allies through diplomacy and strategic marriages. Those who resisted faced swift, decisive military action, but Vatsaraja offered generous terms to the defeated, making them loyal vassals. This approach saved resources and built a network of support. He focused on securing trade routes, protecting merchants, and boosting the kingdom's wealth. More trade meant more revenue for his ambitions. Vatsaraja's early reign was a masterclass in building a strong foundation. He strengthened his borders, economy, and alliances. Every move was calculated, every risk measured. He knew a stable homeland was essential before reaching for greater power. His patience and strategy paid off. The kingdom was secure, the treasury full. Now, he could look beyond his borders. The time for expansion had come. The empire he envisioned was within reach. With his base secure, Vatsaraja set his sights on Kannauj, the jewel of the north. But he wasn't alone. The Palas from the east and the Rashtrakutas from the south also coveted the city. The tripartite struggle had begun, a three-way contest for supremacy. Vatsaraja knew he couldn't fight both rivals at once. He exploited their mutual distrust, planning to face them one at a time. Dharmapala of the palace was his first target, already making moves toward Kannauj. Vatsaraja gathered intelligence, trained his cavalry to counter the Pala elephants, and prepared his supply lines. Every detail was planned, every weakness in his enemy noted. He was not just a warrior, he was a strategist. The fate of northern India hung in the balance. The chessboard was set for a monumental clash. Vatsaraja was ready to make his move. The battle for Kannauj would define his legacy. Only the sharpest mind would prevail. The first confrontation was imminent. The great game had truly begun. The armies met on the Doab plains, Vatsaraja's cavalry against Dharmapala's elephants. Dharmapala's forces were larger, but Vatsaraja had a plan. He used swift flanking attacks, disrupting the Pala lines and targeting their commanders. Confusion spread through Dharmapala's ranks. Vatsaraja's infantry held firm while his cavalry struck from all sides. The battle was fierce, but Vatsaraja's tactics prevailed. The Pala army broke and fled. Dharmapala abandoned the field. Vatsaraja captured royal insignia as trophies of victory. He installed his own ruler in Kannauj, expanding his influence. Northern India now recognized his supremacy. His strategic brilliance had won the day. The first round of the tripartite struggle was his. Vatsaraja stood as the master of the north, but new challenges loomed on the horizon. The game was far from over. A new rival was approaching. Vatsaraja's triumph was short-lived. From the south, Rashtrakuta king Dhruva marched north, threatening Vatsaraja's new empire. Dhruva was a seasoned conqueror, determined to check Vatsaraja's rise. The two powers clashed in central India, a battle of titans. Details are scarce, but the struggle was fierce and costly. This time, Dhruva's forces proved too strong. Vatsaraja was defeated and forced to retreat to Rajasthan. The Rashtrakutas briefly seized Kannauj, asserting their dominance. It was a bitter setback for Vatsaraja, yet his empire did not collapse. His administrative foundation held strong. The struggle for supremacy continued. Vatsaraja's resilience would soon be tested again. The chessboard had shifted, but the game was not over. Even in defeat, Vatsaraja's legacy endured. The next move was his to make. Vatsaraja's greatness wasn't just on the battlefield. He built a resilient empire with strong administration and local governance. Provinces were managed by trusted officials and loyal vassals, ensuring stability. Justice was accessible, and the people felt secure. Trade flourished under his protection, fueling the economy even in tough times. His policies kept the empire strong after military setbacks. Vatsaraja was also a patron of art, literature, and religion. Temples rose, scholars and poets thrived, and Sanskrit and Jain texts flourished. He promoted religious tolerance, supporting Vaishnavism, Shaivism, Jainism, and Buddhism. This harmony attracted talent and enriched his kingdom's culture. His rule was marked by peace, prosperity, and creativity. Vatsaraja's vision extended beyond conquest. He built a society where culture and knowledge could thrive. His administrative genius was the backbone of his empire. Even in adversity, his systems endured. The empire he shaped became a model for future rulers. His legacy was more than territory, it was a civilization. Defeat did not end Vatsaraja's story. He regrouped in Rajasthan, waiting for the Rashtrakutas to withdraw. When they left, he swiftly reclaimed his territories. Vatsaraja's true legacy was the foundation he built for the Gurjara-Pratihara dynasty. He transformed a small kingdom into a dominant empire. His strategies, alliances, consolidation, and bold strikes became the blueprint for his successors. His son and grandson expanded the empire, making it one of India's greatest. Vatsaraja's reign brought stability, allowing art and science to flourish. His administrative systems influenced later kingdoms. He shifted the center of power in India for centuries. Vatsaraja's life teaches that true strength is resilience and vision, not just victory. He was a master strategist, diplomat, and patron of culture. His achievements echoed through generations. The Pratihara Empire stood as a bulwark against invasions, shaping Indian history. Vatsaraja's roar still resonates in the chronicles of time. He was the architect of an era. Why is Vatsaraja not a household name, despite his impact? History often forgets those whose stories are complex or whose empires eventually faded. Records from his era are scarce, pieced together from coins and rival accounts. The tripartite struggle's tangled narrative makes his achievements easy to overlook. Yet Vatsaraja was a strategic genius who shaped medieval India. He united regions, fostered culture, and laid the groundwork for a powerful dynasty. His story reminds us that history is full of unsung heroes. Behind every great era are individuals whose vision changed the world. We must seek out and honor their stories. Vatsaraja's life is a testament to intellect, resilience, and leadership. Let's not let his legacy fade into obscurity. Celebrate the king who dreamed of empire and had the genius to build it. His story is a vibrant chapter in India's past. If you enjoyed this tale, imagine what other hidden gems await discovery. Subscribe to Crazy Color Facts for more incredible stories from history. Join us as we bring the past to life.